He never expected something as simple as eating to become the most confusing part of his day. At 65, Daniel thought his cravings, sudden drops in energy, and evening bloating were all just normal aging. After all, everyone around him said the same thing. That's just what happens when you get older. But deep down, Daniel wasn't convinced. Why did he feel hungry right after eating? Why did his stomach tighten every night? And why did his sugar levels suddenly fluctuate even though he followed the same routine for years? One evening, while sitting alone at his kitchen table, Daniel whispered to himself, "Something isn't right, and I need to know what it is." That decision changed everything, because what he discovered wasn't a disease, wasn't aging, and wasn't anything dangerous. The real issue was something hidden inside his meals, hidden inside his gut, hidden inside a habit he never knew was silently working against him. And the solution? It was shockingly simple. A tiny 15-second action he could do before every meal. This is where Daniel's journey begins. The next morning, Daniel visited a local nutrition specialist, a calm, gray-haired doctor who looked more like a friendly grandfather than a physician. After listening carefully, the doctor leaned forward and said, "Daniel, your problem isn't age, it's timing." Daniel blinked. Timing. The doctor continued, "Your gut is confused. When you eat without preparing your digestive system, your glucose spikes, your stomach tightens, and your cravings take over." Daniel frowned. "So, what do I do?" The doctor smiled, the kind of smile that tells you something important is coming. He do one tiny thing before you eat anything, and your gut will start working with you, not against you. Daniel leaned in closer. What tiny thing? The doctor stood, grabbed a small glass, filled it halfway with warm water, and said, "You activate your vagus nerve before every meal." Daniel stared. "Vagus what?" The doctor chuckled softly. "Your vagus nerve controls digestion, inflammation, hunger, fullness, and energy. When it's asleep, your gut struggles. When it's awake, everything works better." Daniel had never heard this in his entire life. The doctor set the glass on the table and said, "And waking it up only takes 15 seconds. Daniel felt his heartbeat slow, his curiosity sharpen, his hope rise. For the first time in months, he felt like he wasn't fighting his body, he was finally understanding it. And the doctor was about to show him exactly what to do.
Maybe you saw a piece of your own story in mine. Maybe your heart has been whispering for help too, just waiting for you to listen. Remember, it's never too late to start again. Your heart's been beating for you all your life. Maybe now it's time to beat with you. If this story touched you, give your heart one more gift today. Click that subscribe button and stay with us. Because here, every story is a second chance, and every heartbeat is a reminder you're still alive for a reason. Take care of yourself tonight. And remember, your next heartbeat could be the start of something beautiful.
The doctor walked Daniel to a quiet corner of the room. No machines, no equipment, just a chair and a glass of warm water. "Daniel, watch closely. This is the 15-second activation." Daniel felt a strange mix of excitement and doubt. How could something so small fix years of digestive issues? The doctor raised the glass and said, "First, take one slow sip, not for thirst, but to signal your gut that something is coming." Daniel watched as he sipped gently, almost ceremonially. Second, breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, hold, and exhale for 6. Daniel copied him, and for the first time that day, his chest loosened, his shoulders dropped, his stomach softened. The doctor continued. And finally, place your hand gently on your upper stomach and hum for 5 seconds. Daniel blinked. Hum? The doctor smiled. Yes, the vibration wakes your vagus nerve instantly, like ringing a doorbell to your digestive system. Daniel hesitated, then tried it. A soft, awkward hum vibrated through his chest. And then something happened. His stomach relaxed. The tightness faded. For the first time in months, he felt a gentle warmth spread through his gut, like his body was finally responding. The doctor nodded, almost proudly. That feeling, that's your vagus nerve switching on. Daniel sat back in the chair, stunned. You mean all this time, all this discomfort, was just because my digestion wasn't switched on? The doctor replied softly. Most people over 60 eat while their gut is asleep. That's why their sugar spikes, their cravings take control, and digestion becomes a battle. Daniel took a deep breath, and for the first time, he felt a spark of hope he thought he had lost. Tomorrow, he would try this before his next meal. But what happened that next morning shocked even him. The next morning, Daniel woke up before sunrise. He didn't rush to the kitchen. He didn't grab his usual toast. He simply sat at the table with a glass of warm water. 15 seconds, he whispered to himself. He took a slow sip. He breathed in, held, and exhaled. Then, placing a hand on his stomach, he hummed softly. The vibration spread through his chest, down into his abdomen, and something inside him opened, like a light switching on. Daniel didn't expect much. He thought maybe he'd feel a little better, nothing more. But then he sat down to eat. For the first time in years, he didn't feel that tight, uneasy pressure. He didn't feel heavy. He didn't feel rushed or overwhelmed. His body felt calm, ready. As he chewed his first bite, something remarkable happened. He felt full faster. His cravings disappeared. His stomach stayed relaxed. And for the rest of the day, his energy didn't crash, his sugar didn't spike, and that late evening bloating never came. By the end of the week, Daniel felt like he had stepped into a new body. His digestion improved, his cravings faded, his energy stabilized, and all of it from a 15-second habit he had never heard about. One evening, sitting on his porch, he whispered to himself, "Why didn't anyone tell us this at 60, or 50, or even 40? He finally realized getting older wasn't the problem. Being uninformed was. And now he wanted every senior to know this simple truth. Over 60, wake your digestion before every meal. Your body will reward you more than you can imagine."
If this story touched your heart, don't let it end here. There's hope, healing, and strength waiting, no matter your age. Subscribe now and join thousands of seniors rediscovering the power of a healthy mind and body, one story at a time. Because growing older doesn't mean slowing down. It means getting wiser, stronger, and more alive than ever. Thank you for watching.
And remember, your best years are still ahead of you.